And here we are. It's mid-dust season, and we just had possibly the last festival of Vertumna. And the new governor Loom said some kind of disturbing things. So I kind of want to come over to Cal for comfort. Cal is taking a break in the shelter of the geoponics dome. As you approach, you see him tossing crumbs from his lunch into the area of uncleared scrub, and you get closer, you recognize the glint of a Hopeye's iconic 4 eyes. Shh, Cal says, holding his fingers to his lips. This one's got a little clutch of baby hop kitties somewhere. I've almost got her to trust. So she'll show me back to her nest, then we can move them outside the walls. Oh, Cal. That definitely cheered me up. And I wonder, I kind of want to just explore nearby. Oh. Hey, Utopia. Utopia is working near the gates. This area has been deemed safe enough for kids to go on hikes, so long as you're back before dark and never go out during glow. There isn't a lot to see out here, she says. A logging camp, a few fields, some nice lookouts. Keep your eyes peeled for useful things, like a lot of mushwood log. She points to a light, sturdy piece of wood by the side of the road. Lumber carrier must have dropped it. It's fairly safe out here, but I don't mean totally safe, she cautions. Don't go too far, and if you see anything that scares you, run like heck and make a ton of noise. She helps tighten the straps of your backpack. What you been to see out there, sweets? Checking things out? Right on, Utopia says, patting you on the back. Spoken like a true explorer. Keep your eyes and ears open, you might learn something. Things grow pretty wild out here, she continues. If you pick the place clean, give it a year, but it'll look like you are never there at all. Oh, yay, mushwood! And there's something here. As you come to a bend in a path, movement catches the corner of your eye. There's something up on the top of a nearby mushroom-capped tree. You can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? Someone is peering over the edge of the mushroom cap above you. You can't quite see their eyes, but you get an impression of long dark hair and an enormous mocking grin. I wouldn't go that way if I were you, he warns playfully. He's a stranger, a newcomer from the Heliopause maybe? It's possible that you haven't met everyone yet. I guess? Well, maybe he's used to being out there, so he knows something? I still can't. Oh. Why not? You start to ask why, but he disappeared again over the edge of the mushroom cap. You shout, but there's no answer. You can't even figure out a way to get up there. Can this guy fly? Or was it just a mirage? You think you might be seeing things. I guess I'll just have to continue. Whoever this weirdo is, he makes you uncomfortable. You're out of here. You round the bend and regret it immediately as something long and thin slaps against your face. Then another whack across your back, and you spin to face your attacker. Whap whap! 2 slaps to your shins send you reeling. Whatever's attacking you can't see it. You fall to the ground and cover your head with your arms in defense. Nothing happens, just silent. When you look up, there's no attacker, but the plants all around you are flattened to the ground. They're long purple reeds with knobby bumps at their bases. As you watch, the reeds slowly start to bend back upright. You poke one experimentally and it slaps back down to the ground, stinging your hand. Attacked by grass? How embarrassing! You decide to call it slapgrass. Of course. There's more mushwood. But I can't get to it. You leave the path to sneak through the strand of mush trees to one of the small little sawmills dotting the area. It's small but busy operation. 3 people feeding mush tree logs into some kind of machine with a fourth one directs a fourth-legged robot with a plasma saw mounted on the front. What are they doing? You see how they choose which trees to cut and how they do it. When one tree crashes down, it almost seems like the others are wincing. It's probably just your imagination. They aren't planting new ones or leaving any behind. You know the mush trees regrow every year, but can they still regrow when you cut down everything like this? Probably not. They'd need to be able to release their spores. Even the smaller trees and bushes are getting round up for mulch, with scary big grinder that sounds like a roaring beast. The entire process makes you uneasy, but also proud of how industrious your colony is. Well, here's some mush wood that they must have dropped. Here's more of something. The muck hides interesting bugs and other treasures for those willing to put their hands down in the right holes. Are you? No. Oh. There isn't a cloud in the sky, but yeah, it starts to rain. You can't tell where it's coming from or whether it's even water. Given how this planet is full of surprises, it's probably some animal migration or airborne tree sap. Who knows? You have a strong desire not to be out in it. Maybe try to find something to use as an umbrella? You break off a large leaf on the long stem and hold it over your head. It makes a pleasant kind of thumb as the drops splatter on it. Ooh, what's this? You let your mind wander as you're walking, and bumble straight into the field of gelatinous blob grass. Totally transparent, the sticky fronds are hard to see and even harder to ignore, especially once they start glooming on your boots and slowing you down. It's like trudging through thick mud. You stubbornly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the visible signs of the blob grass field. There aren't many, just an absence of other vegetation. Oh! Okay, 3, 3, 4, 6. Or even 39. And a super goal. There it is. You can hop along the rocks to that fallen log, then climb over those old pieces of surveying equipment. You get through the villainous blob grass. You spend a bunch of time on it though, and it takes some tricky balancing. It's tiring. Oh! I reached perception level 1! Highlight collectibles. All collectibles glow! That is very nice. There's another trail here. And another flower. And another mushwood, but it's through there. You stop for lunch eating an earth treat grown from your own greenhouses. A watermelon! Nice and sweet, like a more solid potato pod. You munch away, spitting out the seeds. You sit back and enjoy your midday rest and the beautiful surroundings. Oh, okay. Geoponics engineers have set up a work site here using the robot plow to tear up the ground and prepare it for farming. You stroll up to the farmers with a wave and take a closer look at what they're doing. They ask if you want to help. don't want to tear up the ground. Ahead of you, the road curves to the right, and there's a steep hill leading off to the left. You bet there's a really great view from the top, but it's going to be a scramble to get up there. I want to see the view. You leave your pack in some bushes at the base, so you'll be lighter on your feet, then start to truck. It's tiring and even steeper than it looked from the bottom, but some broad mushroom-capped trees provide shade. The view from the top is spectacular. You can see all the way to the colony walls in one direction and down to a little sawmill in the other. Then you spot it, the rock, the most perfect boulder you've ever seen, just teetering right on the edge of the slope you just climbed up. It's almost as tall as you are and must weigh at least 2,000 kilos. It's practically teetering there. You think with enough muscle you can push it over. It might hurt something. Not today, Rock. Not today. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home. And now I'm back. And now it's late dusk. So I guess I'll say hi to Cal and rest in the rooms there. Yeah, it's sad what they're doing, but here, you might like this. I'm glad you liked it. I know it's your favorite. Your parents' remains have been mixed in the soil here, nourishing the plants from earth with your mom's love so much. You spend some time this month cleaning up around the memorial stones and clearing away the weeds. Being here makes you sad, but it's the kind of sad that makes you feel lighter when it's over. I don't want to forget a memory with Cal. And now, it's the wet season. So, I guess we'll see what Cal has to say next time.